Well, according to Restream, you've just connected to YouTube.
Hello!
Side note, Alfie points out that YouTube chat doesn't do anything until the streamer goes live. Yes, it does not. You're lost unless you join us on Twitch.
Who was that, Alfie?
Yes, Alfie.
Hi,
who's
Alfie.
apparently on YouTube. I don't know how old that message is.
Oh.
Maybe he just posted it the moment we went live.
Maybe.
Because I doubt that YouTube would have archived the message for me for so long.
And hello to Belloso, who's been around for a while.
Also say hello to Zeron the Gamer and
Hello,
Crazy
Zero.
Potato.
And hello, Potato. Right, shall we read
Yes, feel free to get into reading
while we
while
wait for
I'll
people
do
to join
things.
us? So, the real Baron Zaya, where were we up to? Following the incident with the Nightingale, Symmachus had rescued her and they had gone home and she had a son and a daughter, and that's where we left it.
That escalated quickly.
Well, it was after over 8 years.
I mean,
8
yes,
years.
but in the
Excuse
story
me.
you can't just write and she just accidentally got a boy and
That's
another
not
kid.
how it went.
It's been a week, I can interpret it as freely as I want at this point.
It said that as her son flourished in the womb, so did her feelings towards patient, faithful, devoted Symmachus, which had been rooted in long friendship and unbroken affection, and which now at last ripened into the fullness of true love. 8 years later, they were again blessed, this time with a daughter. Directly after the Nightingale's theft of the Staff of Chaos, Symmachus had sent urgent secret communiques to Uriel Septim. He had not gone himself as he would normally have, choosing instead to stay with Baron Zaya during her fertile period to father a son upon her. For this and for the theft, he suffered Uriel Septim's temporary disfavour and unjust suspicion. Spies were sent in search of the thief, but the Nightingale seemed to have vanished whence he had come, wherever that was. A dark elf in part, perhaps, said Baron Zaya, but part human too, I think, in disguise. Else would I not have come so quickly to fertility. Part dark elf for sure, and an ancient Rathim lineage at that, else he would not have been able to free the staff, Symmachus reasoned. He turned to peer at her fixedly. I don't think he would have lain with you. As an elf he did not dare, for then he would not have been able to part from you. He smiled. Then he turned serious once more. Aye, he knew the staff lay there, not the horn, and that he must teleport to safety. The staff is not a weapon that would have seen him clear, unlike the horn. Praise the gods at least that he does not have that. It seems all was as he expected. But how did he know? I placed the staff there myself with the aid of the ragtail end of the Rathim clan, who now sits king in Castle Ebonheart as a reward. Tiber Septim claimed the horn, but left the staff for safekeeping. Aye, now the Nightingale can use the staff to sow seeds of strife and dissension wherever he goes, if he wishes. Yet that alone will not gain him power. That lies with the horn and the ability to use it. I'm not so sure it's power the Nightingale seeks, Baron Zaya said. All seek power, Symmachus said, each in our own way. Not I, she answered. I, my lord, have found that for which I sought. And that ends book 4 of The Real Baron Zaya. So we'll leave it there. Right, who have we got?
Well, you can also say hello to Tammy Patton.
Hello, Tammy.
And Ralph.
Hello, Ralph.
And that's it for the moment.
Okay. Tammy, how's the weather in your neck of the woods? It's been pretty bad, I believe.
Has it?
Yeah.
What's happened? Should I be aware of something?
Ooh, that was loud. Hang on, let me just turn down my volume a little bit on my headphones.
You lucky, fortunate soul, I can't do that anymore.
You have a volume switch on your computer, me.
I do, but that also turns down the stream.
Be careful.
Yeah, I'm being careful.
It doesn't
Okay.
look like you're being careful.
I'm just... Right, that's better. I was listening to a stream before and it was quite quiet, so I've got my volume quite high. Alright, so, on the map... Oh, we've crashed.
Well, that was quick.
I maybe should, before we stream next time, load the map.
How did that happen?
Don't know, but
Shouldn't
last
have
time we
happened.
had a crash, it was the first time that I pressed map.
Really? Anyway, Zero has a question for you
Yeah.
while we're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite James Bond villain? And what do you think of their plan?
Favorite James Bond villain? Not really sure. I like watching James Bond films, but not enough that I have sort of committed it to memory.
Let's just assume that this door is opening very slowly there. Tammy Patton points out that it's actually pretty nice there for today.
Oh, right.
Last week it was a tad cold, but they didn't really get bad weather where she lives, so... Whatever you're thinking isn't the case, apparently.
Right.
And Ralph has some problems with wind.
Huh?
It just tossed over all his recycling and rubbish.
Ah, nasty.
And Potato's asking for a sticker party. Well, it's a little bit early in the evening to do that already. Speaking about Potato, though, he's currently living in 1 degree Celsius weather. That sounds nice.
Is that the right way? Yep, that's the right way.
Then again, on Wednesday, he's expecting a low of minus 30 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
And Ben also points out that his favourite Bond villain has always been Dr. Mir.
I liked what was the villain in Austin Powers?
Who was?
Can't remember his name.
Oh, well done, Sal. Anubis would have probably already mentioned it.
Who's that? Oh, it's a bad guy.
It can't be that bad.
He's definitely a bad guy. Look, see, he's charging himself up and getting ready with... Let's go and just attack him.
In the meantime, luckily, several people point out that it's Dr. Evil. Like, we've got at least 4 people telling you the name.
Yeah?
It is Dr. Evil.
Very good.
Oh, you've suddenly entered the void.
Where's Lydia? Lydia? Are you
Probably
around?
behind you. The other behind you. You didn't tell her to wait anywhere, did you?
There's only one set of footprints.
Well, she's got light feet.
I didn't, but maybe there's some setting which is causing her to stay put every time I load the game.
That sounds very weird and arbitrary, and I don't remember implementing anything like that.
Let's go see if she's still upstairs.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no, she's there.
She's stuck on the stairs.
Honored companion, how can I assist you?
I'm right behind you.
She is following you. She just got her foot stuck on the
As my
stairs.
Thane, I'm sworn to your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad we discussed that. I believe you just pressed the wrong button there.
I thought I'll just try walking through another door.
Ralph is pointing out that Lydia couldn't possibly have light feet. She's carrying a ton of Sal's emotional and physical baggage.
Eat. If there's anything you need, just let me know.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
And can I sell anything to you? So you can have some chicken's eggs. I can get those easy enough. You can have salmon meat. I can get that easy enough.
So, but also, while you're doing a bit of shopping, has a question for people who apparently follow YouTube-related news. Maybe you're one of those people. What do you think about the latest craziness around the vlogger Logan Paul? I have no idea who that is.
Was that the incident where was he the guy who did a video in the suicide forest in Japan?
The suicide forest in Japan.
Yeah. So in Japan, there's she's with me now. There's it's a slightly different cultural attitude towards suicide, but obviously, you know, suicides are they try to do everything they can to prevent people from committing suicides, but it is a bit more common than in a lot of Western countries. But there's been a bit of a trend for a specific forest, where it's a forest which in Japanese the name means sea of trees, and it's become a bit of a focal point for people committing suicide. Like, I think last year over 100 people committed suicide in that forest. And there was some apparently famous vlogger who I don't know, never heard of him. Oh look, that May just turned into a goat. Strange.
I doubt it. Maybe he just slid down the hill.
Maybe.
Well, I don't see how filming a forest that has a bit of a reputation attached to it is such a bad deal.
Well, he found a body there.
Yeah, okay, good.
Filmed it and monetized the video.
Are you kidding me? No, that's not how it works. Why? That's just tasteless. I mean, the YouTuber Dan Bell, I believe was the name, did a similar thing with a suicide forest in America, I believe.
Where's the path down?
I don't know. To the right of you.
I guess. Come on, Lydia, we've gone the wrong way. Oh, no, I can't get up.
Like right behind you.
What?
Never mind. Who did film something similar, but he didn't show anything explicit.
I don't know whether or not that vlogger did. I only know that the only reason I know about it was because he apologised and his apology made the news.
Right.
No doubt he monetised that video too. Ah, a bear. Lydia, you with me? Yeah. Alright, now, bears, if I leave you alone, will you leave me alone?
They're not gonna leave you alone.
If you attack me, I'll have to kill you.
Ugh.
But it's not my fault.
You don't know, maybe he was about to hug you, and then you just shot fire in his face.
Have I got a snow bear? Oh, bear's claws. Snow bear pelt. Ah, we know where to get those. No, we'll take it. It's a shame to waste it.
While we're at that weird controversy, the difference between your weird vlogger and Dan Bell, again, not sure if I remember his name correctly, is that I assume vlogging is something completely different to the environmental documentaries Dan Bell is producing.
Not seen anything by Dan Bell, but...
Not to worry, it's not very gripping. I just found his series on dead moles quite fascinating, oddly.
I've gone off path.
Where were you going?
There. So I need to go back to the path. And try and find the main path again.
Tammy Patton believes that weird vlogger saw Stand By Me one too many times. It sounds like a pop culture reference that I don't get.
I think... Oh, here comes the wolf.
Die, damn you!
Well, I can see why people would be upset about...
Oh, it's a bear!
Just die!
Well, Lydia, you take that one.
Not only, I can see why people would be upset about him just filming and, more importantly, publishing that. It is, on the one hand, most definitely quite a bit tasteless, but on the other hand, I do believe there are YouTube community guidelines which should disallow you to do that. I'm not sure if there are, but it feels like a topic that YouTube wouldn't allow, right?
Only if YouTube had known that was what the video was, though.
No, I mean, in general, YouTube guidelines probably state that you can't be putting up... I don't know how to classify that. Dead bodies? Well, there is a difference between ancient dead bodies as part of an archaeological video and other documentaries, and fresh bodies? Does YouTube have a clause about not putting up any videos of fresh bodies? It feels like something that should be there, but I don't know if it is or how to word it if it should be.
It's been a while since I read the YouTube guidelines. I did read them once. I tend to read everything before I agree to anything. Except iTunes updates.
Oof. Potato points out that the nonsense Logan Paul has done and his apology carries about as much water as a bucket with no bottom. Ziran is asking if you can switch from first person to third person. Theoretically speaking, yes,
yep.
You can. Practically speaking, Sal will probably feel confused. And confuse her own character with Lydia.
At the moment, though, it might be handy to get a bit of a bird's eye view. So what I'm trying to do is find this little pass here, I think.
On a side note, say hello to Charlie97.
Hello, Charlie.
Potato believes that YouTube doesn't apply those rules they make to the big money makers like the Pauls, PewDiePie, and etc.
Down there.
Tammy Patton points out that Stand By Me is a movie about 4 boys that go on a hike to see a dead body. Oh, I do believe I've heard of that, though I might not have known the English title. I wouldn't know the German title either.
No, that's the way down to the mine. Mia, have you ever walked this path across here?
Probably.
Is it impassable?
It surely is passable.
I can't seem to...
Well, you're walking through the wilderness. There will not be a proper path through there. If you want to be sure, just walk up north to the sea and walk along the coastline. Oh, say hello to the spotted cow.
Hi, spotted cow.
Who's unfortunately late for story time with Sal. And a good mood to you too.
Alright, if I turn ever so slightly to my right. Not even quite that much. So the pathway should be immediately over there, but I'm pretty sure I looked down there and found I couldn't get there.
Ralph believes this is more of a mess-up on YouTube's part than Logan Paul. However, cameras and filming is completely banned in that forest. Filming and cameras are usually banned in quite a few places, and people still try to circumvent that. Which does sound like something that is the filmer's fault. Alfie points out that when I was asking if YouTube has any rules about showing dead bodies, it sounds like something that I should add asking for a friend to that.
Can we walk down here?
Anyway, say goodbye to Xeron, who unfortunately suddenly has to leave.
Bye, Xeron.
Look, there's a very wide path. More or less.
Did Lydia make it down? Yep, good. Okay.
Potato believes that content makers who can make 15 million views in a short time can be filming a killer on... No, can be a killer on video, and YouTube wouldn't do anything about it. But if you make less than 1 million, and they'll take away ads for a sneeze. Hold on a second. The YouTube content policy bot didn't demonetize the video?
Well, the bot wouldn't.
Why wouldn't the bot?
Well, if he just labelled it as a travel video and didn't say anything in the title about look at this dead body.
He ought to have brought it up somewhere in the description.
Well, as long as he was careful enough with his words. Okay, wolves, we can deal with wolves.
Come on!
Ralph reminds me that he mentioned earlier on people who made videos calling out Logan Paul for making the video in such a way was striked for violating terms of service. However, Logan Paul wasn't.
Oh, there's an enemy. Oh, there's two enemies.
Anyway, say hello to Jim Hon.
Hello, Jim.
Who wants to know how's it going? Well, in chat we're currently talking about somebody filming fresh dead bodies and how YouTube guidelines should prohibit that, but we're not sure if they do. And Sal, in the meantime, is stabbing poor wildlife animals in the snowy tundra. No, this isn't tundra anymore, is it?
Okay, I have made it... Oh no, I'm not there. But I'm facing the right direction. I think we can get over there. I wouldn't mind seeing what's behind me, though.
Given what Potato's saying, Ralph seems right about YouTube seeming a bit biased. Apparently, the title of the video was "We found a dead body," with the dead body in the thumbnail.
Wow.
And it was taken down by the uploader after the community cried out, but not by YouTube.
Oh, here's the wolf.
Oh! Die!
Oh well. On a side note, also say goodbye to Ralph.
Bye, Ralph.
Well. Now let's change topic to something that doesn't involve poking dead fresh bodies in the forest. Suggestion cell. Because I couldn't think of any. The only thing I would have to talk about would be still complaining about Streamvester.
I think I'm close to where I need to be.
Where
there's
were we
a
going?
tower up there. Can you...
Yeah. I'd advise you don't go to the tower for the moment.
Okay.
Oh yeah, different topic. Belos asking, how did you like the song I suggested to you?
He suggested it to you, mate.
Oh, he suggested it to you. I relayed the link to you without ever listening to it.
I didn't know you sent a link to me.
I announced it when I was doing it.
Did you?
Yes.
Where did you...
On Skype. I thought that's why you were saving the link for later.
No, so that you could see it, because... I mean,
Heavens
you know,
no. Alright.
Okay, we've got to go
Apparently
down
I
over
didn't
there.
see it. So
Did
you
you
now
see
have...
it?
No, I did not. I don't click on the weird links people send in chat.
It was a... It was for you, mate.
Apparently it was for me. Well, no thank you. You now have to do your best efforts to just describe the song to me without me ever listening to it. What's the music genre? And if you can define that out right off the start with telling me the lead instruments, I can tell you that I probably don't like it. Anyway, say hello to the Ginger Ninja.
Hello, Ginger Ninja. Welcome to the stream.
Who
There's
wants
another
to have
bear.
no more
Oh no, it's a saber cat thing.
inappropriate
Hey,
chats today,
fairy creature.
please. Again, Ginger Ninja wishes for no inappropriate chats. I don't remember when that was happening, but apparently you set a very horrible precedent. You just let your Lydia just fall off the cliff.
Almost.
It's about to.
Lydia. I was going to go and give it a cuddle. Alright, are we down far enough yet? Do I need to go lower? Oh, there's a bad thing. Lydia, there's a bad thing. It's a frost troll.
Oh! Enjoy your last breath.
Sorted.
Now, while I'm waiting for Bell also to describe the song in cool detail, preferably by just telling me the genre, I'm going to point out that the Spotted Cow really enjoyed the fact that we started off last year's Streamvester, or this year's Streamvester, not sure how to classify that, with 2 tracks on their sides in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Apparently, Belor's song is a story of an ancient dwarf from Tolkien's works made into a song. Well, good for him, but that doesn't tell me the genre. In response to Ginger Ninja's request of not having inappropriate topics brought up in chat, Val also points out that this is going to be difficult with Napoleon Hammer himself talking to us. Well, you could have just not brought it up to keep the chat clean. Congratulations, you just got an achievement.
What? Who? Me?
Yes, you.
I just discovered a place.
On a side note, say hello to Babom.
Hello,
He can
Babom.
hopefully type today, but apparently he gave up.
So, the cave. Oh, it's down there. Look. Is there anyone we need to shoot?
You're gonna get stuck down there.
I just wanted to see if there was anything hanging around outside before we walk in. Okay, so there's the cave. Can't remember who we were doing this quest for.
Oh, the spotted cow is pointing out that it's looking forward to the next stream Vesta when we're going to start Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Oh, growling things.
Eating a hug from a bear.
As long as it's in front of me where I can see it and not behind.
Anyway, say hello to Giles Price.
Hello, Jazz.
Whose first message includes giving me salt. For no apparent reason. Bringing me up to 362 grams. And he's apparently either happy or upset to see another Whiterun travel documentary.
We're not in Whiterun, we're in the wilderness near Winterhold.
Whiterun. Near Whiterun. We're in the wilderness near Whiterun.
We're nowhere near Whiterun.
Yes, we are.
Okay,
We're
so
directly
those-
north.
Those bears have disappeared. When they were trying to find us, because we want to get down to where they were. So we've got to get down there to get in there. Now I could just do a drop zone and let Lydia find her own way down.
She would probably catch up quite quickly with you as soon as you enter the cave.
Right.
Ginger Ninja would just like to watch the video in peace, so he again wishes for no inappropriate topics brought up in chat. Well, there is the arbitrary odd suggestion of just turning the entire thing into a full screen video, pushing chat and all its horrible, horrible thoughts out of your vision. Bell also wishes for you to jump. Clearly, we have to oblige with wishes from chat.
Okay.
This is not the drop zone thing, but alright.
I'm sliding down the hill ever so slowly.
Potato suggesting for you to tell chat another renegade story of your life as a treasure-stealing adventurer. There was that one time she pretended to be a cat in a video game.
Tell you what I was thinking about last night after our discussions yesterday. I think it was Zeron who asked me if I ruled the country, how would I do it? And I was thinking about it and I thought it's actually quite difficult to rule a country the way that you want to. It's more if I ruled the world. Being a world leader, or, sort of king of the world, is so much easier than being the leader of a country. Okay, we're good. Is that...
Well, alright,
dead?
let's expand on that topic then. What would you use to take over the world?
We've got hawker tusks, haven't we?
Let's say you
Charm
get...
and persuasion.
Charm and persuasion. How are you going to do that? You can't just unite everybody under one banner just because you happen to be very charismatic.
You can't really unite everybody under one banner just by shooting them all either.
Depends. If you do well enough and you've got enough expendable robots...
Yeah, but my name's not Google.
Well, no, it's not.
There's...
But I like
Oh,
the idea
oh,
of
crumbs.
having a ton of robots.
Okay, so there's the entrance. Yeah, Lydia's
So,
fine.
Sal, are you
Ooh, spiky
pro-Empire? She's gonna come on with her weird wishy-washy answer of loving everything and just wandering around and doing her own thing. But according to me, yes, we're all Team Empire here.
Depends which empire.
The Skyrim Empire, you know, the one that's been
Oh, that.
in the game.
Yeah, I did form an opinion about this, but it was about a year ago. Where I thought that considering everything that's going on and the threat to Skyrim, that the tribes should all unite and stop fighting amongst themselves and, yes, accept the Empire
Ta-da!
in order to free the members of the Empire. Okay, where are we? Where's the way? Where's the bad things?
That's the way you came in.
Yeah. Just wanted to see what it looked like. Empty wine bottles. Okay, so there's been a bit of a party down here. Snowballs.
So earlier on, Bill also was asking, you want to be a king? Is queen not enough anymore?
Oh, I'm a kind of gender neutral kind of benevolent dictator.
Did I hear somebody cry for help?
I don't think so.
Sounded like somebody saying Hilfe. Which is odd because that would be German.
Is that a person? Or...
That looks like a wood log.
I thought so, but...
It is a wood log.
Yeah, because otherwise I'd have enemies on my screen, wouldn't I?
So what would Potato use to take over the world? Apparently a nuke and a very floppy, rubbery baseball bat. I don't see how those two things work together. Also, you're only going to have one nuke. Me, with my almost limitless... No, let's take the almost out. Me, with my limitless supply of robots, you know, would survive your nuke. And then, I'm at an advantage because I've got robots. You've just got a floppy rubber baseball bat, which doesn't do a lot. That's not really... What?
Skeletons.
They're not that bad.
Oh, yeah.
See? So Babon points out, if you shoot everybody, you are everyone. So everyone will be united under your banner.
That's true.
See? That's the kind of approach I was going for with robots.
I didn't search that skeleton. Bone meal.
Oh, okay.
Tasty.
So Potato isn't even going to use the nuke to take over the world. He's just randomly taking over the world, probably using the floppy baseball bat. And then he tells everybody to be peaceful or else they'll get nuked. I don't see this working.
Okay, we see a bad guy.
What was that?
Everybody behind Lydia!
The bomb points out that supporting the Empire is like supporting the New California
Ow.
Republic. You have no representation, and unfortunately that reference would be lost on Sal. Not would be, actually is lost on Sal. What would a gender-neutral royal be called?
Sal!
Sal.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest a monarch? Or is that inherently male?
No. Monarch is gender neutral.
There you go. Administrator.
That sounds like Mia's title.
Yes, because I've got loads of robots and I need administrator access to them.
There's a bad thing there somewhere.
Apparently, Alfie claims that I underestimate the power of Potato's weird floppy baseball bat. Because I apparently haven't played Saints Row 3 or 4.
What's going on here with these track lines?
They're not trap lines, they're just oddly shaped map design.
Okay. I presumed it was some... There is definitely someone there. There's now 2 people there. Are they upstairs or something? Lydia's not running for them.
I'll end your miserable life.
Must be the other side of the wall.
Tammy is apparently really glad that we almost made it, but unfortunately I kinda lost track of what it was in that context. But apparently it's rather sad that they had to fade it. Still not sure what it is. And apparently everybody wants to rule the world.
I believe there's a song about that.
Oh, so it's another pop culture reference that I'm just not getting.
Yeah, but I think it dates from the 1980s.
My goodness, you could quote a song from today and I wouldn't get it.
What's that under there? Is it just a bit of snow?
Just a bit of snow.
Just a bit of snow. Okay. Onwards.
People are now under the impression, and by people I apparently mostly mean Giles, that my robots would be just Salbots. I'm not sure if I could deal with a robotic copy of Sal, let alone a whole army of them.
A whole
It is
army
really
of cells.
difficult to already organize her here.
Ah.
Oh yeah, it's a Tears for Fears song.
Get down.
Do you think Anubis would have gotten that reference?
I'd have thought so. It's one of those songs that has survived through the ages by not quite dying.
Right, but I don't listen to songs that have lyrics to them.
This is true. Mia only listens to
Screeching bug noises.
music which was written for games.
No, not
and
necessarily.
has no lyrics.
No, not necessarily. I also like to listen to ambient music that was not written for a game, it just happens to exist.
I think this must have been a relatively early quest. I'm hoping. Really? Now you draw your sword?
I do believe she had to sort out She had her weapon out the entire time, but she switched from the bow to a sword. Now that she realized she can't really hit anything from here.
Let's just... I don't know if I actually need to hide around a corner. I might just... Which one's run? Is it alt?
I think so.
Okay, let's do a battle cry and run. That's the wrong way.
Sidestepping.
Ah! Die!
Remind me of my cousin. Kill that too. Ah!
You're dead.
Apparently you remind him of his cousin's cat.
Which he also killed. Ooh, things. Tasty. That's worth a lot of money. Where's the other one? Oh. Turned into a pile of ash.
So Babon believes that portals still alive would be lost on me. They do have an instrumental version of that in the game. So not
Didn't miss
completely.
anything. No treasure? No. Okay.
The Spotted Cow wants to know if I've ever heard of Two Steps from Hell, and yes I have. They make decent music. Tammy's radio is set to a classical music station because it calms her while driving.
Ooh, there's a lot of things in there.
When I used to drive, this was essential that I was going with calming music because I had the unfortunate thing where I was letting myself be influenced a lot by music.
There we go.
As in, when during escape chase music was coming up, I was turning into a horrible kamikaze driver. Or at least that's what my driving teacher told me.
Your driving teacher let you have music on.
Among other things, yes. Another title I received from him was Submarine Captain, but I think I already told that story. I believe this is another fictional scenario from Potato in which Salbot says, I am Salbot version 1.2.666. What is your command? Beep boop rar. To which I respond, stop saying beep boop rar, please. Salbot then replies with invalid command for beep boop rar, beep boop rar. But Bomb doesn't like that oak skin texture. It looks really horrible. Yeah, I have to agree.
Which oak skin texture?
You know when those mages cast oak skin on themselves to protect them? Makes them look really weird.
Okay, right, time to raid this place.
Don't you want to open the door?
What door?
The gates?
What gates? Those gates?
Yes.
No, we want to raid the place first.
Yeah, but there are dead bodies all around. They're kind of gross.
Well, dead bodies of necromancers, you'd imagine, would be quite gross.
Fair point. But one believes that Mia's driving teacher probably told him to drive to the pub for a few pints. No, make that the ice cream parlor in the pedestrianised zone. I don't know why or if this was a trick question, but when I tried to inquire further, he got very insistent I drive in there. And then he just got himself some ice cream, and he was eating ice cream while I was driving. And I didn't get any.
Well, no, you were driving.
Well, yes, but couldn't you have waited with that until after I was done? Anyway, apparently Bill also wasn't there when I was telling my submarine captain story. He must have missed it, so he's asking me to retell it. Well, there's not much to tell. My driving teacher told me that I'm driving my car like a submarine. I never quite understood what that means. How do you drive a submarine, Sal?
Underwater?
Alright, so I was mostly driving my car underwater. I guess I couldn't reverse. Can submarines reverse?
I would have thought so.
I have a very wide turning circle, and I can only see around myself using a sonar. Apparently, submarines can reverse. So never mind. And the spotted cow is also confused and would like to know how to drive a car like a submarine. Well, I don't know. If you take the stone out of the pedestal, it becomes safe to cross. Oh no, Babom would like to have some help. He has already run out of the chocolate he got for Christmas.
Okay, there's another necromancer down there. Nothing round the back.
And Potato was hoping for Sal to read the Salbot thing.
Oh, Sal's too busy fighting necromancers at the moment.
Well, at the very least you could say beep boop rar.
Beep boop row.
There you go, I hope you're happy now.
Come on, Lydia, you can do better than a couple of arrows.
Did you just name her Liddy?
No, I said Lydia. Said you can do better than a few arrows.
So, Babom says, the astute car can use fiber optics to see its surroundings and then correct something to class. The astute class? The astute car class? No, that doesn't make sense. Giles Price is urging you to get drunk.
What, me or Rao?
Probably both. And Charlie97 is asking if the train song is on YouTube. Only in weird episodes of Sal and maybe Boris.
Right.
Not in its pure rare form.
There are things going on up there. Let's try running in there.
Oh yeah, but also is pointing out that there is also the scope on a submarine that you could use. And I assume that implies tunnel vision.
Go on, hit him! Hit him!
Health, and you don't have your ring.
That's right.
Babon was wondering if I played it during a Terra Firma Craft episode. Yes, I did. But I assume he was asking for an unaltered version without any weird
Oh, I'm
background
stuck
noise.
in. I'm stuck.
You're stuck on a bench. A
Anyone
poor
else?
woman.
Anyone else?
Where did Lydia go?
Dunno. Lydia?
She's probably stuck down at the bottom of the hill there.
That's the way ahead.
An astute class submarine. I don't know my submarines well enough.
Okay, we'll take it slowly, because I haven't searched down here. I thought I'd just run in.
Apparently, according to Potato, if I'll ever need to actually drive a submarine, it'll come naturally to me. I think it was mostly about me having a very wide turning radius and tunnel vision. And being a horrible driver that wasn't going very fast. That just looked so helpless on her part. Ah, brilliant. We'll catch up with you in a moment.
I'll raid the place myself.
The bomb is pointing out that "Where did Lydia go?" is one of the most spoken lines in your Skyrim playthrough so far.
Lydia seems to be a little bit derpy today. Ooh, squishy.
Ew, gross.
Staff of electrospheres. It's got 0 damage. Oh, is that... Well, it's worth a lot of money, we take it.
Oh yeah! Charles Price is pointing out that I'm usually driving a submarine on Wednesdays.
True.
How did I forget that within the span of 24 hours?
Ruined book, what's that? Oh, a table leg.
And my mom says, "That's it, Sal. Blame Lydia for your near-death experience."
I figured they were low level enough that I'd survive. Right, it's not trapped, is it, in any way? It doesn't appear to
But
be.
also, pointing out, speaking about turning radii, does anyone here play Euro Truck Simulator 1? He got along with the second part of the series, and he has to say the turning is absolutely horrible in the first game.
Antia's flute.
Oddly enough, I wouldn't know. I don't play Euro Truck Simulator outside of weird group sessions, and until somebody organizes a group session in Euro Truck Simulator 1, I'll probably never touch it. I don't know if I have Euro Truck Simulator 1 though.
No, I'm not sure if I have.
Potato's hungry, but he doesn't want to leave and miss any stream. Well, luckily, this gets automatically archived to YouTube. This is where you came in.
It is.
You could just jump down there
I
and
can.
walk out again.
However, Lydia can't jump.
Maybe she can. Turn around and see. Oh no, she's running around. I'm not sure if there is an advanced behavior mod.
Oh,
Ugh.
crashed again as soon as I tried to look at my map.
Then
Doesn't
you
seem to
shouldn't
like-
look at maps indoors.
Maybe that could
Seems
be the
to be a
problem.
pattern.
Hmm. I wonder if a mammoth would really let you, like, carve his tusks. Okay, right. Had I finished raiding the place?
Probably
No.
not. Oh well.
Okay, right. Well, at least I know what's around here. Let's just... Was there... There was nothing down there, was there? No.
That also points out that, as he mentioned, he did get it along with Euro Truck Simulator 2 in preparation for Streamvester, and he got so addicted to 2 that he even got American Truck Simulator recently. I like to argue and say I don't see how, but then again, I'm a person who finds viscera cleanup detail very cathartic. On a side note, Siaion has returned.
Hello, Zero. Welcome back.
Bob was worried that you'll now have to cave crawl all over again, but no, I installed an autosave mod that saves almost every minute.
It saves on various events, like when I kill a thing. Is it kill anyone, Mia?
It is ending combat.
Yeah. Okay, so we did that. Around here, there's just the lockpick in that guy. Right. Let's save.
You just...
Picked up all that stuff.
Fine.
Um...
Bob was suffering from some serious lag problems. On my end, everything looks quite green, so this might be your Wi-Fi. But if anybody else is experiencing problems, please let us know, so I can then realize that I can't do anything about that at the moment. At least I wouldn't know what to do. Potato doubts that his work will ever warrant a device such as a tablet. You know, a drawing tablet. Well, not at the start, I assume, but you can slowly work your way up there.
Okay. I want to look at my journal now. Let's just see what... Career. I don't know where career is, but he's unlikely to be in the direction we're going. Because we are going to a new place. We're going to Dawnstar. What's this place? Fort Fellhammer. Do I just go across the wilderness? What's that there? Or shall I go round to Fort Fellhammer and then over to Dawnstar? Yeah.
I might have just realized that I'm using a wrong word here.
What's that?
Cathartic probably doesn't mean the thing I think it means. What does cathartic mean?
Cathartic means that you've got something out of your system. So, like, you play VCD and it gives you a feeling of peace and serenity.
Really?
Uh-huh.
The fact that Bell also put cathartic in quotation marks makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. And I'm now worried that it's in actuality something really profane.
You might be thinking about catheter, which is a medical device which is inserted through a through the urethra.
Yes, thank you. We did need to have that spelled out for everybody, yeah?
But the root of the word's the same. So, Mia.
What? Yes, sorry.
Which way? So we're going to Dawnstar. Which way do I go?
Along the coastline.
Along the coast.
Seems easiest.
Okay. Not via Fort Fellhammer.
No, that would be weird.
Okay.
Also, you then have to clear out Fort Fellhammer. Siaion heard that you can become a necromancer in Skyrim. Is that true?
I believe so.
Theoretically speaking, yes. Necromancy is practiced in the College of Winterhold. But Sal wouldn't know. She's not doing a lot with magic besides warming up her environment.
Yeah, I like to keep my fingers toasty. What's the dragon symbol on my map?
An Imperial camp.
Oh, that's that bear I killed. Did I?
Giles Price points out that Vistra cleanup detail makes him makes me very homey. Makes me feel at home. Might have put a small typo in there, but clearly meant homey. Homely.
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 Why is the ground on fire?
Probably because of the thing.
The thing.
Walk towards it, please. Closer.
It's gonna set my toes on
Closer.
fire.
Closer. 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 The thing that sits in the middle, slightly to the right. Slightly to the left, slightly lower. Slightly to the right. Ding, 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 ding. Forward, forward. Go there. You've got your goal. There you go.
Ah, okay.
Mind you are in the vicinity of the College of Winter. This was probably a mage who did a mistake.
Ysera's necklace. Let's just have a look at Ysera's necklace.
Clearly, Giles Price meant homely.
Barely worth carrying.
But one wants to know if you're heading towards Solitude, to which Alfie jokingly replied, "No, Mia's with her. She can't be in Solitude." Your talk about boilers is exactly what drives people like the Ginger Ninja away.
There's a ship over there.
Well, do you want to have a little distraction on your way to, I assume, Dawnstar?
No, I think we want to go to Dawnstar first.
Giles says that Mia sounds creepy when he tries to not say the forbidden words.
Which forbidden words, though? Mia's got so many forbidden words. Except apparently knob end and twat.
Yeah, those are right. Again. Knob end is the end of a door handle, and twat is a bird noise. We discussed this. And if you believe anything else, then you're wrong. Siaion is confused because occasionally he sees messages typed by Sal on YouTube. I was wondering if you're actually very chatty, both, with your voice and in text. And no, as Bell also already pointed out, we currently are streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, and there is a bot working in the background which relays all Twitch messages to YouTube and vice versa. And every message from Twitch is displayed as a message from Sal. Seems a bit odd and arbitrary, but it's the easiest way to work around it.
Yeah, means that everybody, no matter on both platforms, can see each other's chat. Just ends up having my name in front of it. Okay, so Dawnstar is up there.
Alfie has apparently never heard a bird go twat.
No, neither have I.
Well, you're listening to the wrong birds. You probably only got the minor, tiny British selection of birds available to you. Have you ever listened to a stork?
Am I going the right way to Dawnstar?
I thought you were going to walk along the coast.
I was walking along the coast and then it appeared to be right here.
Well, now you're at a drop. I warned you. Lydia's gonna get really upset about this.
That's alright, I'm heading into a town. We'll catch up. Hello, good people of Dawnstar.
Obama's
Show me
asking me a
gate.
question about how many times on a daily basis I'm handling a door handle.
Especially one that goes twat.
No, twats are birds.
Ah. This is a tiny little place, isn't it?
Well, not every town can be a winner.
I've got quests to do here.
Your ancestors wouldn't want this, Silas.
Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy.
It's the past. Dead oaths on dead lips. Let it stay there.
The museum is opening, Medina.
Well, she was easily convinced.
Do I want to talk to these people?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Hello?
I beg you, don't go into Silas's museum.
Who's he? What's that? Museums? I like museums.
Silas comes from one of the oldest families in Dawnstar. They have a complicated history. Several of his ancestors belong to the Mythic Dawn, the cult that almost destroyed Tamriel. His family's involvement was only found out well after the crisis had died down, but it still ruined their reputation. They were outcasts. And now Silas is back, and this museum to the Mythic Dawn is his way of trying to rebuild his family's pride. It's misguided.
Whereas your way of dealing with the situation is to tell every stranger that just happens to stumble into the town all about his shameful past. The Mythic Dawn, you say?
Not a student of history, I see.
Do I look
It's
like
for the
one?
best. They're a group that should be forgotten.
I'm a cat in
The
armour.
only thing you need to know is that they almost destroyed the world, and they were stopped a long time ago.
Okay.
That museum...
That museum. Goodbye. Cheerios.
Oh, hi, Lydia.
Oh, there she is.
I should probably put away my weapons while I'm in a...
So Lydia
town.
can look a bit more relaxed.
Who's this guy?
I thought you were going... Oh, fine. I guess we're not visiting a museum.
Hello?
Looking to hire a boat? I can take you to any port on the coast.
Oh, okay. Nice to know.
All right, then.
Oh, it's not snowing here.
It probably just stopped.
Very pleased about
But
that.
Bomb is asking, isn't there some treasure chest in the bay here
And here
underwater?
comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend.
Oh, I've got an invitation from the courier.
Yes, that happened several streams ago.
Museum of the Mythic Dawn.
Yes, my collection of artifacts from a group that toppled an empire. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for.
You want a stuffed cat, don't you? Sounds good.
Let's talk inside.
Are you getting ready to kill him as soon as you enter the
Hey,
museum?
when somebody says, I have a job for you, and does it all kind of spooky? I get my weapons ready when a strange man invites
Feel
me
free
into
to
his
look
house.
around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned.
I mean, you got to admit,
Huh?
The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. The cult's greatest accomplishment was the assassination of the Septim Dynasty and the opening of the Oblivion Gates.
well, I've read about that. Okay.
This is not part of the museum. Go to the other side of the house, please.
I'm just looking to see what might be here, you know, getting a measure of him.
Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings. where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used to make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood.
Those robes must smell horrible.
That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever. The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Cameron. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side. Ah, yes, that scabbard. Notice the insignia? An Oblivion Gate, a key symbol of Mehrunes Dagon, the patron Daedra of the Mythic Dawn.
Okay, well I now know how to pronounce a whole bunch of things I didn't know how to pronounce before. Just before I talk to you.
Alfie's pointing out if you haven't got 50 plus open quests in your log in Skyrim, you're doing Skyrim wrong.
Yeah. Where was that invitation?
You've probably already left it at your house. Because that was ages ago.
No, I only left the books in my house. I wouldn't have left a note.
One was asking, do you think that Africa would benefit from being recolonized? What do you mean recolonized? You can't colonize the place. There are people living there.
I think Africa would have benefited from not being colonized in the first place. Can't see the invitation.
Again, I'm almost convinced you left it at your house. Or dropped it somewhere because you didn't really need it. It was like
I don't do
a
that
spam
kind
letter.
of thing.
A spam letter.
I definitely would have kept it.
People are sending you junk mail in Skyrim.
What's his name again?
I forgot. Also, chat is already asking you to kill him. And unlock the cases and steal all his stuff. No, that was Dark Brotherhood.
Ah. Oh, museum pamphlet.
Ah, darn it. Never mind.
Silas Vesuvius presents the Museum of the Mythic Dawn, a history of the cult that toppled the Septim dynasty, inside of his very own home in the great capital of the Pale Dawnstar. Free and open to all citizens of Skyrim. Alright, so tell me, what exactly is it about a cat in armour that made you think I would be perfect for the job?
I think he was...
Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather talk business?
I think he is talking about the Dragonborn behind you.
Hey, I'm the Dragonborn. A courier gave me this pamphlet.
And here you are. I hope you found the museum to your liking.
Why did you open it?
It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realized that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill.
And you dropped it like a hot potato.
Okay, so what is the Mythic Dawn cult?
They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel. All that remains of the infamous cult I've gathered in my museum.
Yeah, I remember reading about the Oblivion Crisis. But do tell me, who is Mehrunes Dagon?
Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim Dynasty and opened the Oblivion Gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis.
Alright, so now that you've told me all of that, I'm a bit disturbed that, I mean, okay, I understand commemorating historical events, no matter how bad, history shouldn't be forgotten. However, there is a certain element of misplaced pride in this guy, which makes me a bit suspicious. But yes, so tell me about this job you want done.
A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes' Razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim.
Okay, so you want me to get those fragments?
At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders. And the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked.
Yeah, Morthal. About Morthal. I'm not really welcome there. I had an incident in a pub once.
That was Marketh, not Morthal.
Oh, okay. Morthal. Isn't that where the Eye of Sauron is based?
No, that was Mordor.
Okay. I once described my old chief executive as being like the Eye of Sauron. It was, you just did
Very
not...
tall guy, Cyclops.
You
black.
didn't want to get caught in his gaze. He was like a permanent ball of anger, just looking for someone to cast it on. Whereas my current chief exec is more like a volcano. He's sort of quiet with nice landscape, but when he explodes it goes everywhere. Anyway, yeah, so give me your... I want to hear what you've
Good
got.
luck finding the fragments.
Balls to you, I want to know more.
What is it? Do you have one of the Razor fragments?
No, tell me more about the Razor. I want to know what your story on this is.
The Razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage.
And you want it, right?
It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The Mythic Dawn worship Dagon as a god. Having his Razor would be invaluable to my collection.
I bet it would. Okay.
I'll just be tending the museum if you need me.
So, you're a bad guy. One day we'll kill you.
But also seemingly was very offended by the fact that you believed Morthal is Mordor. Potato Alfie mentioned that Rar is the Dragonborn sidekick.
Hey, I'm the Dragonborn.
And then Potato pointed out, if you want people to start calling you Dragonborn, you should be using dragon shouts more often.
But they're
And
on the
I've been
wrong
thinking about
key.
it,
They're all
what
the way
did the
down
Eye of
there.
Sauron do? Like, wasn't that just a glorified observatory?
Yeah.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Okay.
What do you mean, yeah? You can't just go ahead and say, yeah. You, until a few seconds ago, you believed the Eye of Sauron was stationed in Morthal.
I was kidding. I knew that.
Of course you were kidding. Anyway. What were the other quests you had in Dawnstar?
Oh, I'll have a... Actually, now would probably be a... Well, let's just have a quick finish wandering around at night. And then while we wait for everything to open up, we'll check it out. Okay, right. Dawnstar. Now, an awful lot of these, I don't actually know where they are. It won't be any of these. Darkwater Crossing.
Potatoes asking, do you know what this stream needs?
What?
It's a rhetorical question. It means mindless murder and getting run out of another town.
And what?
It
oh,
means...
getting run out of another town.
Yeah. Well, also is a tad confused that the one guard you keep meeting seems to have the same characteristics and voice everywhere in Skyrim. To
Those
which Alfie...
soldiers, they all look the same.
Yeah, to which Alfie responds, it's inbreeding. That's how they manage it. But also pointed out, when Lydia ran up to Rao with her sword drawn just now, he half expected Sal to just attack her. The Spotted Cow wants to know if either of us have ever played Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
We did, with Apple, in physical form.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was.
We had Boris with us as well, but he was on Skype, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
it's a bit difficult to play a card game over the internet if you're the only guy connecting to the rest of the group with the internet. Zero wants to know if your chatbot is sentient. No, not really. It is just a simple relay protocol using Sal's YouTube account.
Oh, Fort Fellhammer. I have a... Oh, I've got a quest there. It's quite an old quest as well. Ah, here we go. Right, Scoundrel's Folly. I've got to... oh no, that's Solitude. Where are we? Dawnstar.
Potato helpfully reminds us that we could also play the game via the Tabletop Simulator, which is a fascinating program for sure, but it's not quite the same. In contrast to being physically together. And personally, I don't find Cards Against Humanity engaging enough to play it just like that.
I must go to Dawnstar and kill the mine boss by Tild. I may use any means at my disposal. When I am done, I'm to report back to Nazir at the sanctuary and collect my reward. Okay, so I've got to kill somebody here.
Oh yeah, so that's half of Potato's recommendations fulfilled. Murder somebody, then you just need to get run out of town for being caught red-handed.
I'll try not to get run out of town too fast. The white file. Where's the white file? Right, I'm going to click on my map. So before I do that, I'll just do a quick save.
Bomb points out that I am apparently the robot, unlike Sal, the chatbot. And I'm Mark II of Marvin, the robot from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, something that Ziran has problems understanding, and then Babom just shoves the task of explaining that to you. Zal, you should probably explain to Ziran what Babom meant by Marvin Mark II.
Marvin, the depressed robot. I can't remember what he's usually described as. Is a robot, an extremely advanced being with the brain the size of a galaxy, who is told to do things like pass that piece of paper over there. He was created with a genuine personality, which means that he has a genuine personality disorder. And he is constantly unhappy and is always bringing everybody around him down.
I'm glad I'm having that effect on chat.
But the script that was written for Marvin is extremely funny, very witty. Mia does have the same sort of dry sense of humour. Anyway,
Well, also pointing out that digital versions of tabletop games kind of defeat the purpose. Also, he's still salty at both of us for making him get Talisman for last July's viewer interaction stream. Did Bill also join in on Talisman?
No, he got it and then decided he didn't like it. Isn't that right?
Oh yeah, right. So it's not our fault. Did we recommend to refund it to him if he didn't like it? And if so, what was the thing that didn't work out with the refund process?
Can't... Oh, here we go. Right, there's 2 quest markers. Alright, well we've got 2 quests. Let's get on with those. I want to talk to Stig, what's his name, first, I think.
The brain the size of a planet and Sal has me moderating her chat room. May I point out that the guard just completely ruined that?
Yep.
Kill him!
Would you like to do
No,
your
it's
quote
over.
again?
The moment has passed. Potato points out that he'd really like to play Talisman again. Apparently it was fun. I'd like to disagree. I never want to see this game ever again.
Oh. There's Wolf outside the door.
The Spotted Cow points out that apparently Marvin can talk a spaceship to suicide by just saying hi.
Yeah. Right. We're going into an inn. There may be singing.
Oh, so Bill also got the game,
Beasts are the worst.
Take a seat and get the cold out.
but wasn't able to make it to the stream.
Surely we aren't all that bad.
Just leave me alone. I've brought your mead. Now drink it and shut your filthy mouths.
Okay.
Oh, we've got other things in mind for our mouths, sweetie.
It's a curse. It has to be. I've got to get out of this town.
What are you looking at?
We're going to have a bar brawl. Hey, you.
Listen to your friend.
Hey.
They are just dreams.
He's busy.
Hey.
I assure you that it is quite normal.
Have you heard of a pirate crew called the Bloodhawkers?
Ah! Heard of them? I've been captain in a crew of them for well on 9 years now. What's it to you?
Give him a chance to speak.
There's lots of gold to be had plundering ships, I believe.
Aye, the war keeps the Empire and the locals too busy to worry about us. Halden calls it our golden age.
Halden? Who's he?
Our secret ingredient, if you will. A battle mage of fearsome cunning. Runs the Blood Hawkers and makes sure the battles end right side up.
And he doesn't require secrecy then. Where could I go to join up?
Well, I can't just tell that to any skeever that washes up. From the look of you, I'm guessing you're more looking to cause some trouble for the Horkers.
Might be. Alright, do I beat it out of him, or do I loosen his tongue?
Well, you were very eager to have a bar brawl just a few minutes ago, so beat it.
Do I have to beat it out of you?
Nah, it would be my pleasure. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
You don't even let him get up, and you're already...
Feel my claws!
I think he's almost dead.
I'm sure she would want you to be happy, Father.
Who's the big one?
Swinging bit of skeever bait.
That was no brawl. That was just you beating him to the ground after you pulled his leg.
Look at the scratch on his face. That was me, that was. So, where are the Bloodhawkers?
Halden will take my hide for this, but Skyrim's been feeling a bit confining lately. We draw counsel at Japhet's Folly. The fools in Windhelm won't go near it, which is fine by us. If you'll pardon me now, my crew needs gathering. Should be in Hammerfell before the other Horkers know who let slip their secret.
You really are a wimp. Okay.
Oh heavens.
What?
Nightbot has completely butchered the bomb command. Very detailed now, is what I'm saying.
That's better. Okay, so, you know, while we're around here...
You know that they were having a conversation about horrible nightmares on the other side of the bar? Might as well talk with them about that.
I'll talk to everybody, don't worry. Little boy! Yes. Oh, you're annoying, aren't you?
Need something?
Yeah. What are you doing in a bar?
They're dead.
Right.
My pa was a sailor. Took me with him on his last trip. After he got sick, they put us off here and left without us. He died a few days later. I've tried to make do since then, but it's been hard. Real hard.
You shouldn't talk further to the kid. It just wants to be a parasite in your life. Where was I?
Juk. Hello, good Juk.
I don't owe you money, do I?
Could do, could do.
Is it just me, or does Karita sound a whole lot like Lydia?
Erlof, you look like another one who's had a bit of a cat scratch.
I don't owe you money, do I?
Those guys might just be members of this guy's crew.
Need something? What do you want?
The Wind Peak Inn features the finest bard in all of Dawnstar. Me.
That's a mighty fine chest you have there, young lady.
I envy you travelers. Dreams aren't affecting anyone not from here.
Make a request. Does that mean she's a singer?
Yes.
Okay. Do you work here all day?
Yes. Ever since my mother died a few winters ago. I play songs and help with the drinks when I have the time.
Say goodbye to Charlie.
Oh, bye, Charlie!
Belle also finds this lady very humble.
Where did you learn to play?
My mother taught me. She was a bard from the college in Solitude. I hear they accept most people who apply, if you're ever interested.
Okay.
Until next time.
Indeed. You...
What troubles you, my daughter?
Yeah...
Yes?
What's wrong with everyone around here? They seem a bit tense.
The entire town is being plagued by horrible nightmares. They're in serious danger, but I'm afraid there's little I can do about it.
Alright, well, what could you do anyway? Dreams aren't real?
These dreams are manifestations created by the Daedric Lord, Vermina. She has an awful hunger for our memories. In return, she leaves behind nightmares, not unlike a cough, marks a serious illness. I must end her terrible influence over these people before the damage becomes permanent.
So is he implying that Vermina's just coughing at people in their sleep?
So, what's your plan?
I need to return to the source of the problem, to Nightcaller Temple. Perhaps you'd be willing to assist me in that regard.
Oh god, he's going to follow me around, doesn't he?
No, he's basically walking up to the Nightcaller Temple, which is literally around the corner of the tower. It's the tower you were seeing earlier, I believe.
What do you mean, return? You've been there.
I've already said too much. If anyone overhears what we're saying, it could start a panic. I would simply ask that you trust me and help me end Dawnstar's nightmares.
Okay, I trust you. How can I help?
Wonderful. My Lady Mara will be quite pleased. Nightcaller Temple is only a short walk from Dawnstar. Come, we must hurry.
Right, so I've got to keep him alive.
No, not really.
Who is Daedric Lord Vermina?
Vermina resides in a strange realm known as Quagmire, a nightmarish land where reality shifts upon itself in seemingly impossible ways. From her citadel at the center, she reaches forth to collect our memories, leaving nothing in return apart from visions of horror and despair.
And what does she do with the memories?
Who can say? Perhaps she collects them for display like works of art in a nonsensical art gallery. Whatever the case may be,
Well, yeah, maybe.
her intentions are far from benevolent.
Why would I even want to talk to him about his outfit?
I promise to answer all of your questions. Follow me.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like a fun time to be had, but in the meantime, say hello to the Phoenix King.
Hello, Phoenix King. Welcome to the stream. Not you, ugly.
And say goodbye to the Spotted Cow.
Oh, bye, Spotted Cow. Where'd you go? Hey, if you want me to come with you, you need to...
Follow me. It's this way.
Oh, there he is. And feel free to ask your questions, Aaron. You don't actually need to...
It's good to finally have a chance to help these people. Helplessly watching them suffer has been difficult.
Not hot enough.
I believe if you look up now, you can see the tower.
Ah. Oh, so I know we were going this way. I'd have walked up and cleared out the bears and wolves and things first.
Our destination. People around here call it the Tower of the Dawn. I'm not familiar with the tower's history, but it was deserted for quite a long time before Nightcaller Temple was established inside. When the temple was active, the priests would rarely be seen in Dawn. They preferred to live a solitary existence. The temple's been abandoned for decades now. Ironic, isn't it? A ruin within a ruin. There's a small shrine to Mara I established inside the tower's entry hall. I was hoping to seek spiritual guidance from her. Perhaps my prayers were answered, and your reason for stumbling across Dawnstar is more than a mere coincidence.
If you put your weapons away, he'll walk a bit faster.
Yeah, but then something will jump out at me, and instead of getting my weapons out, I'll pull out my books or something.
Right. And again, before I was being so rudely interrupted by this guy, Zirin, please feel free to ask your question, and you don't need to ask for permission to ask a question every time. Just ask it right away, and then the censor, me, will decide whether or not we can let the question through or not. I usually try to let people know if their question is too inappropriate. If it's a statement, you'll notice by me just not reading it out. Now that me not reading out your statement usually doesn't mean that I don't like it. I mean, it could mean that. It could also just mean that I'm lazy, which is sometimes, most of the times, right now the case.
Or sometimes chat just scrolls past too fast and we don't see everything.
But Bomb believes that if you would press caps lock, you would walk at the same speed as him. But that's a mod that I haven't installed as far as I know. You'll walk significantly...
it just makes me walk slow.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. Here's some wolves. Okay. Don't worry, I got the wolves. Well, I will have a soon. Here we are.
Please don't set the guy on fire. He's probably not as lenient as Lydia. Potato urges you to live on the edge and put your weapons away. And Bell also pointed out that the music just now reminded him of Life is Feudal.
Okay. Do go on.
He now has to contemplate the loss of life he saw in the wolf. I don't know. Yeah, Alfie
is that's a bad thing, isn't it? Or is it just a piece of cloth floating around in the wind?
I can't tell from over here, my picture is too small, but it might be a bad thing, but you're 3 people.
Oh yeah, it's a bad thing.
And it's just one of those, so you should be fine. Oh no, it's 2 of those.
Ice wraiths.
Make that 3 of those, don't step in that. He's really eager to step into that. Oh, there you go.
Let me just get the ice wraith stuff, because I need that for someone.
As I was trying to say before some ice pieces of cloth interrupted me, Alfie pointed out that there is a mod that sets NPC speed to the same as the player, but by default all speeds, walk, sneak, run, etc. are different.
There was 3 of them. Where are the other 3 piles of ice ash?
And he has no idea why Bethesda set it up like that. And Ziron is asking, can you make Rita Repulsa in Skyrim? Now, here's a question in return. Who is Rita Repulsa?
Oops.
Sal, is that something like Danger Mouse?
Don't know. Not somebody I know.
Right. Neither do I. You should carry on walking towards him.
I'm trying to find the other... There should be a 3rd. You said there was 3 ice wraiths?
I think I saw 3 ice wraiths. I'm not sure.
I found 2 of the smoking
Try
piles.
looking behind that small pile of rubble.
This pile of rubble.
Yes. To the left. Never mind.
One over there, one over here.
But one points out that the new Nightbot thing is currently off by about 10,000 years. And it prints out GMT twice. Yes, I can see that. My fix might have been a bit too lazy. I shall look at it again.
Okay, right. No stealing things until the man's done his job.
Before we enter, I must warn you about the dangers that could be lurking within. Years ago, this temple was raided by an orc war party seeking revenge. They were being plagued by nightmares, just like the people of Dawnstar.
You might want to actually talk to him.
Before we enter, I must warn you about the dangers that could be lurking
Oh, look,
within.
what a pretty sky.
Years ago, this temple was raided by an orc war party seeking revenge. They were being plagued by nightmares, just like the people of Dawnstar.
You're looking around like that. Looks like typical cat behavior, completely ignoring them.
I presume they weren't successful.
No. Knowing they could never defeat the orcs, the priests of Vermina released what they called the miasma, putting everyone to sleep.
And so why is it dangerous if they're asleep?
I'm concerned that when this place is unsealed, the miasma will dissipate and they'll awaken. Both orcs and priests alike.
Oh no, thank you for pointing this out. Bomb says he blinks too much. And I'm afraid he has a point. Look at it!
And what does the miasma do?
The miasma was created by the priests of Vermina for their rituals. It's a gas that places the affected in a deep sleep. Because the rituals would last for months or even years, the miasma was designed to slow down the aging process.
Do I need a gas mask?
Sadly, yes. The longer an individual is exposed to the miasma, the more the mind can become damaged. Those who've been under the effect of it for extended periods of time have been known to lose their minds entirely. In some cases, a few never awoke at all.
Okay.
Alfie points out he wants to get you in his tower and gas you to sleep.
Yeah.
You
Once
should
we
run.
get inside, all will become clear.
Right. Are we all ready?
Rita Repulse is apparently from Power Rangers. I didn't know that. I've never watched Power Rangers.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was the wrong age group for Power Rangers at the time that it was a thing.
One wants to know why he's holding a grappling hook. I believe it's a mace.
What the?
Alright, so kill anything
him.
that moves. Yeah? Oh, look, see, he's getting ready for a fight.
Yes, my daughter. What is it I can help with?
He's only getting ready to walk to the shrine because you're standing in his
Where's
way.
Lydia? Lydia?
She'll probably be here in a moment. Just focus on what he has to say for now.
Yes, my daughter. What is it I can help with?
Is he going to walk to the thing eventually?
Okay, don't steal the thing. Do I steal the things?
No, I mean, you could try to if you wanted. Where did he go?
That's not stealing.
Where did he go? Oh, there he
Over
is.
there. Are you
Yes, my
stuck
daughter.
on something? Do you
What
need
is it I can
a
help
little
with?
nudge?
Huh?
Does that help? There you go. Yeah, you're stuck on the candlestick.
Give me just a moment, and I'll have this open.
Okay, bad things are about to happen, I believe.
Oh, look, he's doing the same thing as you, just warming up the environment.
Indeed. Lydia!
Just keep on walking, you'll be alright.
Oh, this is the miasma.
Now I can show you the source of the nightmares. Over here.
Oh, look, exposition. No, walk
Behold the
forward.
skull of
Look down
corruption,
the thing.
The source of Dawnstar's woes. We must reach the inner sanctum and destroy it. Come, there's no time to lose.
Okay. Lydia! Should I not go back and open the door and get Lydia?
You'll be alright. I mean, he's just as good as Lydia.
Oh, bad things.
You can start roasting them already.
Oops. I might have just set our friend on fire.
Well, he's setting things on fire too, so you're even, I guess.
Damn it! The priests must have activated this barrier when the miasma was released.
Yeah, looks like a barrier.
Impossible, actually. I wonder. There may be a way to bypass the barrier, but I must check their library and confirm it can be done.
Library, huh? Full of books?
I suppose there's no point in concealing the truth any longer. My knowledge of this temple comes from personal experience. I was a priest of Vermina.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Okay, why keep that a secret from, like, you know, your favourite cat?
The orcs invaded the temple. I fled. I left my brothers and sisters here to die. I've spent the last few decades living in regret and seeking redemption from Mara. And by her benevolence, I will right my wrongs.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
I still have my key to the library. Whenever you're ready, let's move on.
I have a thing for books. Let's just say, how can the skull be affecting Dawnstar?
Lore holds that the skull of corruption holds a constant hunger for the memories of others. The skull has been out of touch for so long, I fear it's gained the ability to reach out on its own and try to feed. What it does with these memories is just conjecture, and an argument for scholars and historians to this very day.
But it's hungry, huh? Okay.
We mustn't tarry. The skull needs to...
Yeah, about the skull, just one moment, just
destroyed as soon as possible.
Just searching his pockets. Little worried about this miasma.
It's just up here.
Yeah, but Bomb did point out that you should probably be holding your breath.
Be careful. We're certain to find more of the awakened within.
Okay, ready to shoot flames. Watch out for friendly fire.
They mustn't stop us.
Defilers. Kill the defiant!
Yeah, he's dead.
Well done. You're flinging around a lot of fire for a library.
He is a bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, hence the burnt books. You've got burnt books. Lots of burnt books.
Now chat is resurfacing the suggestion of killing him.
I'm not so eager to kill this guy. Like the last guy.
This library used to be filled with arcane volumes. Now look at it. Almost everything's been burned.
Well, yeah.
I hope the tome we need is still intact.
I mean, the guy who was asking for the Razor of Ruin to add to his collection. I mean, he's obviously a bad guy, whereas this guy might be a bad guy, might not be a bad guy. Yeah, I've got some books out of it. Admittedly, he's leading me into a gas-filled chamber.
Alfie is reassuringly pointing out that at the moment you can't hurt him.
To the last. You shall not.
Stop them!
I mean, it might be that I'm actually killing the good guys, I don't know.
Well, there were priests of Vermina, a Daedric Lord. Those are usually not the good guys.
Barring any more interruptions, perhaps we can locate the information I need.
Okay, what am I looking for?
We're looking for a book of alchemical recipes called The Dream Straw.
Ooh.
The tome bears the likeness of Vermina on the cover. It should be here somewhere.
Okay.
Belos is pointing out that the fact that he is leading you into a gas-filled chamber probably makes him German.
Ooh, below the belt.
And Siaion points out, as previously established, that Rita Repulsa is a sorceress from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, I don't know enough about that character to know if it could be recreated in Skyrim, but I'm sure somebody with enough proficiency in creating mods could probably do that. Though you're probably not very likely to get any satisfying results with just the vanilla game. Anyway, you're currently in a very quiet place, aren't you?
Yes.
You could, in theory, end the stream now and start reading in a library next time around when we start.
Okay. Is it that time, is it?
Yes, it is that time. I wasn't sure if I should tell you, otherwise you would have just not done the quest at all and would have, you know. This way I forced your hand to have an exciting start next time around. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this stream so far and would like to see more, please feel free to return next Thursday at 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, where Sal will be carrying on in a library filled with gas with a creepy guy that blinks too much. Alternatively, if you'd much rather see me steer a submarine just like I steer my cars, I'll probably be carrying on playing Subnautica on Wednesday at 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time. And if that's all not your cup of tea, there is also a weird cocktail sitting around on Saturdays called Crazy Potato, who will be streaming Deus Ex Mankind Divisioned, Decided, Defined, Redefined, Divided? I can never get that right. Anyway, he'll be streaming that on Saturdays at 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time. And now he'll be putting a link into chat so people know where to go, because that'll be on a different channel, but we always like to promote our friends. Potato, this is your moment to shine.
And while we wait for Potato, just point out to Siaion, I still watch cartoons that I liked when I was a kid. It's just that you tend to find that the cartoons that follow you through into adulthood fall into quite a narrow time period, really. They're either...
Is it Danger Mouse?
Some old classic that might be...
Is that the only one? Ah, there, look. So again, if you'd like to see Potato stream on Saturday at 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, hopefully me and Sal will be in the chat, so that's something you can look forward to too. It's like a double package. Please follow him on Twitch, is what I'm trying to say. Again, weird cocktail. I've refrained from calling him a Diet Coke this time around, though I assume he does put Diet Coke into his cocktail because I have no idea how cocktails work.
Okay, Mia's on a very random ramble. So that's all for tonight, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Oh no, I called Potato friend.
I
can't do this. Chat will remember this. And, my life is